Okay, section 6.2 on page 86 and 87 is entitled Harder Equations. Remember, you've done equations in Unit 2 quite a lot. Here you're allowed to use a calculator, you don't always need it. What I've got up there is question 4. So if I put question 4 there, you know what I've done on page 86. If I do this one first, then I backtrack, do some of question 1, because they're equations without any storyline. But anyway, if you see we have two lines cutting across each other, you know that the opposite angles are the same. So if I just put an equals there, then that equals that. I think I can solve it up there. I'll try anyway. So 7x take away 2 is equivalent to 108 degrees take away 4x. Okay, so I've got x's on each side. So the minus 4x can become, oops, restart later. My machine wants to do updates. My minus 4 will come over here and get added, and my minus 2 will go next door and he'll get added as well. So if I just rewrite the equation, I've got 7x plus 4x comes to 108, and plus the 2, well, plus the 2. Writing down here now, I've got 11x's comes to 110. I can see that if I divide by 11, x is going to be 110 divided by 11 is going to be 10 times, because 10 times 11 is 110. So x is 10. It's not 10 degrees, it's just part of what makes each part of these angles. So if I wanted to say 7 times 10 is 70, take away 2, 68, that would be 68 degrees. And of course I can prove that the opposite side will also be 68. You just want to find x anyway. Alright, so let's backtrack to sum of question 1. So sum of question 1 is useful. I think I'll do E for the fun of it. I've got 2 plus 2p equals 4p minus 1. Well, if I bring my 4p over to this side and subtract, because it's positive there, I'll take my 2 next door and subtract, because it's positive there, I've got 2p take away 4p equals minus 1, because that's not moved, and then take away the 2 as well. So what I've got here is minus 2p equals minus 3. So p is going to be minus 3 all divided by minus 2, so it becomes positive. So p equals 1 and a half, because 3 divided by 2 is 1/2. I'll do g as well. That was e, by the way, so that's 1e. I'll now do g over here because it's more, it looks more challenging. Minus 7c's take away 3 all comes to 30 minus 4c's. Usual trick, bring the letters on the left like that. Minus 4c becomes plus, and minus 3 becomes plus. So rewriting, minus 7c's plus 4c equals 30, and we're going to add the 3 to the other side, add 3. What have we got? Minus 7 plus 4 is minus 3c's, and 30 plus 3, 33. Now simply divide by negative 3, and we're going to get 11. But of course it's negative, so it's minus 11. 33 divided by 3 is 11, so that's that one. Let's just turn over the page. Don't need to do any more of those. And what have I got here? Plenty of questions. I'll probably finish with these. Let's go to black. It looks like I need to write on the question there. The perimeters, and that's question, what's that? That's question 6, that one. And that's question 7. Hopefully it will fit within the one video. We'll do it. So question 6, the perimeters of the regular hexagon, 6-sided shape, and the equilateral triangle. So all these are 60, 60, 60 in terms of angles, and all the angles are equal anyway. Use this information to write down an equation with y. Great. Read it again. The perimeters of the regular hexagon and the equilateral triangle are equal. So I'm going to put an equals there. Now, if this is a regular hexagon, all these sides have a length of y. Okay, load of y's. And if this is an equilateral triangle, then all these sides are worth y plus 2, aren't they? Okay, so all equal length. So you're the same as you, and you're the same as you. Everyone's friends. Right. Form an equation. So if that equals that, then I've got, just working this space here, I've got 6y equals 1y, 2y, 3y, plus 2, 4, 6. Is that alright? So little equation. 6y's is the same as 3y's, 1, 2, 3, plus 6, 2, 4, 6. Simple equation. Bring it over here, subtract. So I've got 6y, take away my 3y is 6, so 3y is 6, the single y is 2. And is that in centimetres or what? Doesn't say, does it? Anyway, solve your equation, find the value of y. I've done that. Find the actual perimeter of each of the shapes. So that's that one there. Right, I want 6 times 2, because y is 2, isn't it? So that comes to 12 units squared. I'm going to pretend it's in centimetres, because if they give it in centimetre, then I just want to show you that it's a oh, sorry, not centimetres squared, just centimetres. It's not an area, it's just a perimeter. There we go, 6 2s are 12. Here the perimeter is 3y plus 6, so I'm just going to work down here. I've got 3 times 2, then add 6. Well, that's 6 plus 6, isn't it? And altogether I've got a perimeter of 12. Now, it did say the perimeters of the regular hexagon and the equilateral triangle are equal. Well, I just proved that this is 12 and this is 12, so all I needed to do really was to work out one of them and say, well, I've found the actual perimeter of each one. Well, each one's 12 and I've proved it 2 different ways. This one's more complicated, obviously. The perimeters of each of these shapes are equal, so I've got a scalene triangle there. As you can see, all the sides are different, and here I've got a parallelogram by the look of it. Yes, I have, because that x matches that x and that matches that, so I've got a parallelogram, and that's all there is to it, really. And these perimeters are equal. Uses information to write down an equation, so it's far more involved by the look of it. So if these perimeters are equal, I've got 4x minus 6 plus x minus 1, and this one, plus x minus 3 is equivalent to x minus 1 plus an x plus an x minus 1 plus an x. I've got to tidy this up, it's a real mess. I've got 4, 5, 6x. I've got minus 6 minus 1 is minus 7, minus another 3 is minus 10. That's simplified on the left hand side. That takes care of the triangle. On the right hand side I've got my parallelogram. X plus x plus x plus x, well that's 4x's. I've got minus 1, then take away another 1, that's saying minus 2. Okay, very simple, straightforward equation with letters on each side. Now, again, usual thing, bring my 4 over to this side, my 4x's, and subtract, and bring my minus 10x's to the other side and add. So I've got 6x minus 4x equals minus 2. Please note the minus belongs to the 2 and it's not moved, and the minus 10 comes next door, becomes added. So what we got? 2x equals 8, because minus 2 plus 10 is 8, or you can say 10 minus 2, still 8. So therefore x is actually 4. Yeah, call it 4 centimetres. Just leave it as it is, just 4. Right, solve the equation. I've done it. What is the actual perimeter of each of the shapes? Well, I'm not going to go down that route of working them all out again independently. The actual perimeter, I'm going to do this one only. I've got, write the word perimeter. The actual perimeter is going to be, if I substitute into this part here, I've got 6 times 4, take away, what have I got here? That can't be right. Let me just check it. So 6x take away 10. I've solved it, but use your actual perimeter. Right. This doesn't make sense to me. Oh, 6 times 4 take away 10. Here we go, let's just do it here. 6 times 4 is 24, take away 10. Answer is 14. It's 14 centimetres, pretend. Is that alright? Let's just prove that it works for this one anyway as well. Well, that'll be this side, won't it? So I've got 4x minus 2, so it'll be 4 times 4 take away 2. Well, that's going to be 16 take away 2. Yippee. The answer is 14, and we'll pretend it's in centimetres. I'm happy with that. I'm going to stop now and then maybe do another question on 6.2 just for the fun.